All right, everyone, here we go again. We're back in the same topology that we were before. So we should recognize the IP addressing as we see it, the 1.0 network, 2.0, 3.0, and above our class A 10.114 and 10.1.8 using a CIDR 30 since we're doing point-to-point. One of the first things we want to do, obviously, is we want to check connectivity. So let's go ahead and go into a command prompt. You can see I've already tested it before, but let's just test it again. 3.1, Control C. And 2.1. That's one of the things I want to drill into your heads as well. Make sure during the exam that if it's a simulation, that you verify and are able to do what you're supposed to do, what they're asking you to do, that is actually working in that manner. Verify, 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 right? What's the saying? Trust but verify. Okay, so make sure you do that. So what we have going now, if we go to our first router, router 0, right? And the password should be Cisco. Very good. Then we enable. And then we do students because we never create a username account or anything like that for the first router. And we look at our routing table, show IP route. We see that we're running, we have connected routes. And you see the letter C here that shows you your connected routes. We have RIP routes that we're learning from the RIP routing protocol, and we have our default route, which is a gateway of last resort. For anything that's not within our routing table, it will still send that out to the next router. So what we're going to implement now is EIGRP. Again, this is not a class to show you from scratch EIGRP. It's just to show you the configurations. But the basics. EIGRP, it is an advanced distance vector routing protocol. All right, you're still going to configure it like a distance vector routing protocol using network statements with the class full boundary. The only difference here, one thing that you need to make sure when you're doing the EIGRP is that you must be in the same autonomous system. This is for the test and test purposes only. Okay? You will be in the same autonomous system. If you're not, then make it so. Okay? That's what needs to happen. Remember, this is your CCNA 200-120 routing and switching certification, your foundation, right? Even if you're taking it in two tests, ICMD1 or ICMD2, whatever part they decide to put EIGRP in there, make sure you're in the same autonomous system. All right, so let's go ahead and do that in router 1. We're going to do config T router EIGRP, and then I'll put a question mark. You can pick an autonomous system. Let's just pick autonomous system 100. Okay, and then the network statement, and I'm always going to use the LAN first with this one, 168.1.0. And the reason I do that is because EIGRP really converges quickly, so I don't want my typing to be interrupted. That's the only reason I do that for first. 10.0.0.0. Unlike RIP doesn't do that. So remember, EIGRP builds adjacencies. That's correct. All right, and then we do the no auto hyphen summary. And enter. I'm gonna remember you have to go back to privilege mode, do a copy run start. I am not gonna do that. I'm gonna do WR. Okay. Let's go to, and forgive me if my voice is a little bit what have you. I believe I've come down with a cold. Yes, even Laz, it's acceptable to colds. LDs, and then here is Apple actually. Here we go. Config T. Config T. Router. EIGRP, same autonomous system. Network, 192.168.2.0. Network. Now watch when I put this network statement and I hit enter. You're going to see what's going to happen. 10.0.0.0. Boom! Now obviously it's not going to be that quick on a real router. It'll take a little bit, but not too much more. So it does build adjacency rather quickly. No auto hyphen summary. Enter, do WR, and now let's take a look at the routing table. Now I'll go ahead and do this like the way they want you to do it in the exam. I'll go back to privilege mode, and I'll do a show IP route to take a look at my routing table. And now we see we have a combination in router 2 between D's and R's. That's very interesting. But if you can see here that we're getting RIP updates from router 3, but we're getting EIGRP updates from router 1. Why is that? Why is that? Well, one, we haven't configured EIGRP on router 3. But why don't we have any RIP updates? Because of the administrative distance. Remember, the administrative distance of EIGRP is 90, and the administrative distance of RIP is 120. 120. Okay? So that's why you see two different routing protocols here. Once we go to router 3 and we change it to EIGRP, then that will take over. So let's go ahead and do that. We're in router 3, so we're going to do config T, and well, you can see right here, I had the routing table already looked up before. Router, EIGRP, autonomous system 100. They all must be the same. Network, I'm going to do the LAN first, so I don't get that update. 192.168.3.0, sorry. And then network, I can only type 10.0.0.0. Enter. Boom. There we go. That's a good sign. That's what we want to see. No auto hyphen summary. All right. Let's do a do WR. Let's cheat a little bit. And right from here, let's do a do show IP route. And remember, you cannot do the do command in your test. You got to always go back to privilege mode. Okay. So exit, right? Don't exit too far out like I did not too long ago, previous lecture. All right, so you want to make sure you're in privilege mode when you want to do any copy, ping, trace, or whatever, what have you, or trace route. Sorry. Do show IP route. There you go. Now it's all EIGRP. This is very simple. It's very basic configuration. All right, we got from 1.3 routers connected directly to each other, so it's no big deal. Things that you need to be concerned with. All right, when doing this number right here. This is what's called the successor route, right? There's a command, and I'm going to do it from privilege mode. Exit, I'm in global. Exit, I'm in privilege, right? Don't go past that, okay? You're going to say show IP EIGRP topology, all right? And then you have the topology table, which EIGRP, the dual algorithm, actually creates. So P's, passive, right? Good thing. That's what you want to see. P's, because that means it has fully converged. All right, it has fully converged. But what I want you to notice, you see this 2684416. That's to go to network 1.0 or the 1 whatever. Okay, there it is right here. There's your 2684416. You can see there's only one way to get to where you need to go. In this type of topology, there are no feasible successors. Keep in mind, you will, in EIGRP, in order to qualify for a feasible successor, all right, your advertised distance, okay, must be smaller than your current feasible successor, and it's not. Okay, and it's not. So that's why we have, this is straight through. All right, you got to qualify to be a feasible successor. Again, what do you need to know? Hey, if there is a feasible successor, which is considered a backup route, it will stay in the topology table. All right, all successor routes, the winners, right, they will be in the routing table. They will have the best metric. They will have the best metric. Okay, so this is EIGRP. Not a very hard configuration. Let's take a look at I'll look at, say, the run, because that's what you do in your test. And let's go down there. All the way down. And you can see we're running EIGRP. We're running RIP version 2. We're running default routes. Okay, because this is one of the stub routers. All right, so we're running multiple types of routing here. So one routing protocol goes haywire, the other one will take over. All right. But anyway, you can see that EIGRP and RIP version 2 have similar configurations. Again, for the CCNA, and I know you're going to get tired of hearing this, for the CCNA certification. Do not compare this to what you do in your job. Do not compare this to a CCNP or a CCIE level. It's completely different. You are taking a foundation exam, and this is how you have to do it. With RIP, there is no process that you have to worry about, at least for IP version 4 RIP. okay, for RIP version 2. When we get to RIP NG, that's another story. But for router EIGRP, or EIGRP, you have to have the same autonomous system. That is one of your main concerns. Plus, also, if they ask you about the feasible successor, what is that? It's a backup route, and it lives in the topology table. That's it. Okay, and for just regular things, EIGRP runs the dual algorithm, and it talks about K values. But again, if you have the CCNA course, then you should know that. Okay, but that's as hard as it gets when you're configuring. If you have to add a network, just go inside the autonomous system that you created, add the network, the classful boundary. And if you have the wrong autonomous system, then you say no router EIGRP and put the right one and put in your networks. And do not ever forget no auto summary when it comes to distance vector routing protocols. I hope we're clear on that. All right, so this is basic EIGRP, not a big deal. All right, next one we'll do is advanced EIGRP. Not that advanced, but we'll get into it then. I'll see you there.